going to do the spark plugs. Yep. Take them off in a minute. Firstly, I'm going to change these sparkies. I need a big screwdriver for this part. And what I'm doing here is just taking the coils out. From number 4. Number 3. 2. I like to keep them in order. To be sure, to be sure. And just get me socket in there. Firstly, before I do that, I'm going to use the air line to remove any debris from inside the spark plug holes. Not very good, that one. I don't know why. That's why I use this. No debris in there, so yes, exactly. Ping. We're good. Number 1 first. I don't know why they don't come out with this bloody spark plug tool. If you get a magnet on a stick, that's not done. Get me a magnet on a stick, we're going to remove that. There we go. Keep that there so don't lose that. Keep that there. Get it out now. Turn that off. You read my mind. Do you want to go for food at 6? 2 thumbs up. So, I'll put spark plugs in and some oil because I never leave an engine without oil. Because you're likely to forget, aren't you? Anyway, spark plugs don't look too bad, really. Like I say, it's obviously there's something wrong with the carburetors or the coils that are making it start funny like that. Or the gaps actually, I didn't think of that. We'll find out now. Oh, look at these ones. So this is the old one. This is the new one. What's the difference? The difference is the tips. Oh, what do you call them now? The electrodes in the middle. Can't remember what their bits are called, but yeah, we've got 2 of them. These are CR9EIX spark plugs, the old ones. The new ones are CR9EK, which are the standard ones, and they're the upgraded ones. But seeing as though I'm not thinking of keeping it for too long, it won't go all out. Turn the up here in. You don't need to check the gaps. You need to check the gaps on one electrode, one prong. I don't know what you call it. That should be 0.7, I believe. I believe this is 12 Newton meters again, so click. That should be good. If you don't know what you're doing, get a torque wrench. I've done loads of plug chops on these and never broke one. So a plug chop is where you've set the carbs up, you run it, you go for a ride, and then you take the spark plugs out and check the condition of them. If they're wet, it's too much fuel in, all that kind of stuff. Can't remember the exact, but there are a load of pictures on the internet. Well, that's another good spark plug. So I'll keep these for spare. I'll put them back in the box so I know what kind they are. Go in. Number 2 done. Try again, old sound. Now I'm dropping them in because they don't stay in that. If they stayed in that, I'd put it in that first. But if you wiggle your socket around a bit and then slowly try to find the thread, you'll eventually get there. You don't want to cross thread these because it's a pain. So that's why I go as far as I can with my hand until it stops, and then that's when you know you've definitely got most of the thread in. This here was a rain cover because it leans on its side, and when I park outside it stops the water getting in at the coils, because these just let water in. They're not the best in the world, are they? As you can see, it's a bit wet. That was off from number 4 as well, so it's not the best thing in the world. It must have been when I just washed it. Should really have a cover on top. I'd like to make one, to be honest with you. It wouldn't be too hard to either. Like 2 mounting bolts to go off. Yeah, I could actually make one. Won't let him bother. It hasn't really let me down. The only problem I do have is remembering how many miles I've done sometimes. Because it hasn't got a fuel gauge. Plenty of times where you think you've still got a few miles left before going on to reserve. Going through town. Normally you'll stutter in going to like on a D road. So you just change it there and then quickly sorted, turn it over to reserve. But when you're just starting off, you know, what the hell is happening? It takes a while for it to prime back up again when you do eventually realise you haven't got fuel. Click, click. People say put grease around them. Don't put grease around them, because unless you've got that heat resistant grease, whatever it is, high temperature grease. Because if you put normal grease on, it'll just melt down and go straight into the on top of the spark plug and whatnot, and just give you a world of hell. I've heard it before where people couldn't get the bike going because of that grease. It runs on 2 cylinders or something. Make sure it's all the way down. There we go, and then plug them back in. Now cover them up with the carburettor. Just don't want anything getting in. So they're covered up because I'm going for tea. Oil. I'm going to move the camera down. Right, move the camera down so you can see me filling it up, because that's dead interesting. Empty this oil out. Out of the funnel. There we go. Clean that funnel off. 4 litres altogether, and the way you can tell that is because on top of the, just above the engine, is it that one? Not that one. It's here, underneath the engine next to the eyelet, where you check your level. It says oil capacity, filter not removed 3.1 litres, filter removed 3.3 litres, completely dry. That's if you take the engine apart, obviously, or dry store it. It's 3.8 litres, so I need 3.3. And this stuff comes with 4 litres exactly. It says. I don't need to shake this up. So where's the level there? So 3.3, that will take me down to, I'll get to 1. I'll just put it on a level ground and let's see. Yeah, so 4 litres, so go to 1. Go down to 1 litre, then add if necessary. Take your time. This is where you find out you haven't put the sump plug back in. Done that before on a van. And what I'll do, I'll crank it over a couple of times, just get the oil through the journals into the filter. Before I start it, so at least it's got stuff getting to the top. Where are we? 1.5 left. Half left. Nearly there. Where are we now? A bit more. Just to get to 1 litre remaining. Not 1 litre now. So where's this oil lad? Where are you? Oh. Lamp. Use my phone lamp. So I need that the rest of it, not the rest of it, the rest of the amount you need. Overfilling is just as bad as underfilling. So that's in between now. So you need a bit more. Not trying to get it maximum, just remembering that there's no oil above the end, on top of the engine. Right then, at the top of the engine rather. So put my cap back on, which is, oh, tell you what. Tell you what. There it is. get the cap back on, it's not being pissed out everywhere, is it, when I start it? Keys. Tell you what. There. Oil on my finger I'm using on my key to help lubricate the barrel. Another part of the service. In and out. You look up here. Take that off before it sucks it in. So I'm just cranking it over a couple of times. That's the fuel pump. Right, let's see where we're at now. I've got oil. Yeah, we're perfect. We're good. Right, sound. So, I'm calling that a day. Cover on. Battery off. Optimizer. I'm just going to take the battery off and put it on the optimizer. I don't know how much you just saw because the camera went off on its own, went on a tizzy. So I filled the engine up with oil, 3 point, how much did it say there on that little silver tab? Filter removed, 3.3. Now I've taken the battery out after cranking it a couple of times, get the oil to the top. I'm just going to put this on the optimizer and I'll see you tomorrow, or well, in 2 seconds. Welcome back. Well, I say welcome back, it's only a second for you lot. I'm going to take carbs off now and just give them a quick clean up as it's part of my service. And then I'm going to clean some dirt off around the bottom, whatnot, and just apply some ACF 50 and then put it all back together. You don't need to see me take these off, you've seen it 1,000 times from places and also on my channel. And I'm just, for the rest of the video, I'll just show you how I apply my ACF 50 to the chain, I think. Crack on.